Hey, honey, why don't you run out in the kitchen and scrub up your hands, okay? I'll meet you in there.
Okay.
Come on.
All right, I know what you're thinking. That I shouldn't badmouth Adam in front of Junior, and you're probably right, and I'm sorry you're mad. But I can't help the way I feel about that man anymore. I can't help it, and I will do whatever it takes to vex, hex, or ruin his miserable life.
I'm not mad.
You're not?
I wanted Junior to have everything that I didn't have. I wanted him to have a father who loved him and who could be there for him if he needed him.
And you really saw Adam in that role?
Call me an optimist, but I have learned my lesson. Some daddies can't be trusted, and I think it's better that Junior learns that now instead of later. So I don't blame you for despising Adam. I know how you feel.
Matt, come on in, take a chair. Watch your victory as it unfolds.
Sounds delightful.
Your re-election is in the bag after this.
This is Brooke English's office, isn't it?
Yes, but we're safe. I insulted her favorite candidate until she ran off to be at his press conference. Presumably to hold his hand.
Good.
He's going to need all the help he can get.
I'd hate to spoil the mood by that harpy bursting in.
No. Not to worry. She's there. I've seen her skulking around in the background.
Well, in that case, I'll just settle back and enjoy watching my illustrious opponent try to talk his way around this mess.
Nobody talks that fast. Whoops, it's starting.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your attention? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for coming on such short notice. I give you your next representative to Congress, Edmund Gray.
Thank you. Today I want to put to rest the rumor that I might be seeking the middleweight crown instead of a seat in Congress. I'm of course referring to a very recent photo that I'm sure you've seen in every newspaper and all across your television screen, and it clearly shows me engaged in fisticuffs with a gentleman named Mr. Henry. It was an unfortunate misunderstanding. I've already apologized to Mr. Henry, and what I want to do now is apologize to the good people of this district. Now, you deserve a representative who won't lose his temper, who will throw his hat in the ring, not a right hook. And what I pledge to you today is two things. One, the lesson that I've learned, which is nothing can be solved with your fists. And two, that will never happen again. Thank you all for coming.
Mr. Gray. With all due respect, you haven't answered the question everyone's been asking ever since this photo hit the wires. Why did you attack Mr. Henry?
With all due respect, that is nobody's business but mine.
And you can vote me.
Well, that's outrageous.
Answer the question. The voters have the right to know.
What are you hiding?
Mr. Gray, you have to say something about it.
Look, I completely understand how you feel, all right? I can't stand Adam myself, but I don't want my son to hate anything or anybody, all right? Hating is something that I hope to God that he never learns to do.
I cross my fingers.
All right. As far as Adam is concerned in this house, he is strictly persona non grata, all right? And I'm not going to force Junior to see his father if he doesn't want to.
Thank you, Dixie.
You're welcome. It's no problem.
Sorry.
Oh, it's all right. All right, I'll see you later.
Okay.
Okay.
Say hey.
Say bye.
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 So, now, I know you're curious to know what happened with Seabone, right?
Seabone. Seabone who?
I'm serious, honey. You're never gonna believe what your Uncle Palmer did this time.
Oh, do I really, want to hear this?
Like I said, you gotta hear it to believe it.
Tar and feathers?
Nope, too subtle.
What?
Turns out your Uncle Palmer went ballistic and actually broke out the ballistics.
Come again?
He went to his little gun collection in the hall, broke out a pistola, and was going to blow your father into the next life. I'm not kidding. Palmer has finally snapped his last oar. He's off his chump.
I don't know. If I had a gun collection, I might just do the same thing.
You'll never understand what it's like. You'll never understand what this man is like.
I don't care about him, what he's like, Palmer. I care about you, my husband. I'm telling you, no way, under God's heaven, am I gonna live with a cold-blooded murderer. So if you're serious about doing harm to Seabone or to anybody, then we must cease living under the same roof as man and wife.
What Seabone did to my sister, he deserves to die.
How can you keep laying all the blame for Bessie's death at Seabone's door? Yes, he abandoned her and the children, it's true, but you did the same thing, Palmer. You refused to answer her letters begging you for financial aid when she was sick. You never forgave her for hooking up with Seabone. You wrote her off. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you are just as responsible for Bessie's death as Seabone ever was.
You're right. Living under the same roof as husband and wife, it's not possible.
Show some respect for the voters.
So much for the honest candidate.
Are you protecting someone?
It's like dropping a lit match in a freight train full of diesel.
Congratulations, Congressman. As of this moment, you are, for all practical purposes, running unopposed.
He's only shielding himself.
What, is this true, sir?
Look, there will be no statements about my private life. Not now. Not ever.
We're not leaving here until you tell us why you belted the guy.
An invalid.
Come on, level with us.
What was it about him that made you go for him?
Why did you hit Mr. Henry?
Oh, I can answer that.
Oh, my God.
Coming up tonight on Eyewitness News at 5 and 6, it may cost Cal State students more to stay in school. We'll find out what they think about a proposed fee increase tonight.
Tina has to make a decision about David. Will she follow her heart or her conscience? Find out on One Life to Live next.
Thursday on Matlock. When the boss is murdered, Ben must uncover whether it's a case of sexual harassment or sexual entrapment.
I hid a camera in his bookcase and videotaped him.
You would have done the same thing and you know it.
Matlock, Thursday here on ABC.
This